Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do a reaction that just popped up in my feed 2 days ago. It's from a channel called Dell's Diary. I am 24 years old and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. That's very interesting. In fact, I felt the exact same way at her age too. And what's funny is that in real life, I talk to a lot of people and they always seem really confident. I was like, "Well, all right, if you're confident, I got a bunch of bag of tricks to teach you if you wanna navigate through life, but if you don't need me, then, you don't need me." And, I feel like what happens is that society kind of, cheers you on for behavior that's counterintuitive to your growth, and what do I mean that I'll just give you an easy example. You know how people just kinda gorge themselves in food? And that's been happening for, like, the past 10 years, and people watch it, right? People watch it. Like, I feel like society kind of cheers you on for making poor decisions, and so that's why there are so many young, confident people, but when it hits you, like, with, like, a ton of bricks, then it really hits you, right? But we don't know. I mean, I haven't watched this video yet, so let's go ahead and watch it and see why she has no idea what she's doing with her life, okay? So let's go ahead and play it right now.
Hi everyone, what's up? For those of you who this is your first introduction to me and my channel, my name is Dell. I'm 24 years old and I have no clue what I'm doing with my life. Yet again, this is another video where I look like a complete zombie. For those of you who are new here, I am in school for software development and it's kind of kicking my butt right now because I'm juggling a job and then I do YouTube and I've got school. I have
School. Now, here's the thing, right? If she's 24 years old, why not just kind of focus on one thing and get it over with? Why does everybody do like 3 or 5 things at once, right? Like I've no this has been a trend for a long time where no one just says, "Hey, I'm a full-time student. I'm just going to study." I think it's insane. Like I if I had to do that, I couldn't cuz my mind can't just multitask. And I think that's why she's struggling because software development requires a lot of concentration. So if you're doing software development, you're doing work, you're doing whatever, then, it's going to be tough. And it'll be tough for me too. So, um, no shade on her. I mean, it's just human nature that we're not built for multitasking like that, right? If you're a student, be a student.
haven't been getting enough sleep, so this is
Oh, you gotta sleep too. You gotta sleep too. Okay. You wanna know something? I saw this what's it called? Interview with Jeff Bezos, right? And he said, "Oh, I always get 8 hours of sleep. I always get 8 hours of sleep, right? You should watch it." But think about it. If the really rich people are doing this, you gotta copy them too. If you're broke and struggling, probably because you don't get that much sleep and you need to fight for it. And she's probably struggling and has no idea what she's doing with her life because she doesn't sleep enough too. But you gotta sleep. That's what the rich people do. Poor people, they don't sleep. Rich people, we sleep. Okay.
just kind of the reality right now of the situation. I'm 24 years old and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I grew up in a very small town in the middle of Wisconsin, and that's still where I currently reside, unfortunately. Small town, closed-minded people.
I honestly think that if she has a really good vibe, and I think one of the things that happens with like people from small towns is because they don't have status, they kind of look down upon where they grew up from. So he talks about like closed-minded, and I think what happens is a lot of people in these cities when they grow up or small towns, they dream about going to LA. And let me tell you something, LA is hell. You don't want to go there. If I could meet people like this who seem very genuine and kind-hearted, quote, closed-minded, I would meet them all day, every day over people who are open-minded and in Los Angeles. In fact, if I just type in Los Angeles, right, is yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Uh, look at that. Tragedy in our second biggest city. Yeah, you definitely want to go to a place where people are open-minded, right? You definitely want no, no, stay in your small town. I'm telling you, I'm doing you a favor when I tell you that. But when you tell people like this at this age, they don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like they don't believe you.
I've never really felt like I fit in with the people here, and I can't wait to get out someday. But as of right now,
Don't go to Los Angeles. I'm doing you a favor when I tell you that. Don't go. I'm not sure if she wants to go to Los Angeles, but you know what I mean.
Still in my hometown, still living with my parents.
By the way, does anybody really notice like she has really nice eyes and a nice smile too? Probably has some work done on her teeth, but you know, who doesn't in America, right? It's not like we're the UK, but even people in small towns in Wisconsin love to do their teeth, right? But you know, she seems very kind-hearted and genuine, which you don't really find out. Maybe you don't find it outside of small towns. You don't, right? But I really like the vibe I'm getting from her. So let's keep watching.
We decided to
Oh,
open Playroom to give others the space to be creative. Having a chase
no thanks to
Okay, I
Chase.
know
All right.
I'm very lucky that my parents allow me to live with them still, because if they didn't, I don't know if I could even be in school. Typically, it seems like most people after high school go straight to college. I didn't take that path. I actually took a few years off and I just worked and tried to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because I had no clue what I wanted to do, so I couldn't really justify going to college. Also,
And you still don't. But that's okay. You know what's funny? Even if you make it and you're rich, you'll still have those feelings. You think when you make money, like, oh, I know what I'm doing with my life. You still won't. It's a weird predicament you get yourself into. So, but yeah, I mean that's cool. She found herself, or at least I think she did. Did she? I don't know. But let's keep watching.
Also, going to a four-year university is very expensive, and I just didn't have the money at the time to even think about doing something like that, and especially not considering I had no clue what I wanted to do. Currently, I'm taking classes at a community college.
Hey, she's smart. Let me give her props for two things. Number one, ultimate cash flow hack. I always talk about this in every velocity banking video. Live with your parents. Living with your parents is like the ultimate cash flow savings hack, right? And she goes to community college, so she's not like in student debt up the wazoo, right? Not going there. So she seems like she has her head in order, and she's doing software development. Good for her. Plus, her car seems really clean. I like that too. My car's not as clean. You ever, as a landlord, there's some advice like if you want to know if your tenant's going to dirty up your place, look at their car. I'm going to tell you something. If any of my tenants ever looked at my car, they'd be like horrified. She has a clean car, so props to her.
Not far from where I live, and I'll be honest, it is not the best quality school. There's a lot wrong
School. I love how she says school. Is that how they say it in Wisconsin, small towns? I gotta visit one day. Just so that I can hear them say school. School. That's cool, right? But don't worry, even if you go to big cities, the school ain't that great either. You wanna know something? Oh, yeah, you wanna know something? Um, I'm gonna show you some crazy article here. UCLA students live in cars. Yeah, the UCLA students who live in their cars. They got an article in the Atlantic in 2023. That is crazy. Look, don't and that's kind of like the people have from small towns. Dude, small town life way better than Los Angeles. Look, she seems like a genuine person. I'm telling you, you go to Los Angeles, you'll age in like 10 years in one. I'm telling like not even a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she understands how much she has going for her. So I'm getting a lot of positive vibes, right? A lot of positive vibes.
wrong with it, but the good thing is I am not in debt. I've been able to just pay everything.
See, like she's not in debt. That's like beating all of Gen Z and millennials, and actually, she definitely wouldn't be able to appear on Caleb Hammer's show. In fact, I gotta do a reaction to this. You ever watch Caleb Hammer's show? It's just people who are broke, who are like Gen Z millennials. This is like the best thing ever. And she definitely is not a candidate for Caleb Hammer's show. I am getting such positive vibes from her. Oh my goodness. Let's keep watching.
Straight up. So I'm glad that I don't have the stress of being in debt, but like I said, the quality of the school is not the greatest. I also didn't even start going to this community college until I was 22 years old, and that's the age where people typically are graduating from college with their bachelor's degree. It's kind of hard not to feel a bit behind because I see all these people who already have their degrees, they have their good jobs, and so many people that I grew up with are literally married with kids. And here I am, living in my parents' house, going to some crappy community college. The community college I'm going to is not the best school, it's not the best quality, but I am learning stuff. Most of it I'm teaching myself, but I am learning, so hopefully going to this school will pay off. But it's hard not to compare myself to other people sometimes and feel behind. It just seems like these days you're just expected to have it all figured out by now, and here I am, clueless. I don't know what I'm doing, especially with all of the job uncertainty around software development right now. I'm just like, what's gonna happen when I graduate? Am I gonna be able to find a job? Yeah, those things are kind of hard to think about, but I'm kind of forced to think about it. What comes after I graduate this school?
I don't think a lot of people who are studying software development, like, I think what happens is that, they really think only about the big companies, like, they call them FANG, but there's a whole world of software development out there that's outside of, like, the Facebook, Netflix, or Amazon or whatever that, I think still has a lot of opportunities. I might be wrong about that, but I think she's wrong. Like, there is a lot of opportunity, but I might be wrong about it too, so
Do I try to get a job right away? Do I try to transfer to a university to get my bachelor's degree and then try to get a job? I don't know. It's like I'm not getting any younger, and I eventually do want to get out of my parents' house and have my own place and get my life started. But right now, I'm just in this weird phase where I feel so lost. It's hard. You see all these people who appear to be doing so much better than you.
see, the reason why you're lost is because everyone else is putting on an illusion, right? You know, if she's saying, "Hey, everyone else looks like they know what they're doing," trust me, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, like, remember that video that I posted reaction to 57 and broke? Not that, and then like there was a comment about like I thought like we're going to work at a hardware department store at 63 years old. I'd stick out like a sore thumb, and everybody's like older than me. Trust me, people don't know what they're doing.
You and I know that we're all on our own timeline. I have to keep reminding myself of that. It's not a race. It's okay to be where I'm at right now, but it's hard not to compare yourself, but I'm trying to just remember that we're all on our own timelines and my time will come. I'm working really hard in school and just in my life. Like I said, I'm working
I am so addicted to how she's saying "school." Reminds me of like Stewie Griffin. I think like he said it that way, and then the dog Brian was pissed off at him. If I remember, there was like an episode of Family Guy about that. All right.
a part-time job so that way I don't end up in debt. Like I pay for my school up front. Sometimes I question if I made the right decision not to go to college right away. Although honestly, that wouldn't have been possible for me without going into a lot of debt. And maybe I'd still be in the same situation anyway because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Who knows what path I would have taken with college? Maybe I would have chosen something that I just wouldn't have wanted to keep doing. So maybe I'd still be in this weird situation, except just in a lot of debt. I don't know. When I really start thinking about life, it just seems so weird. We're born onto this planet, and then when we're really little, we start school, and then, maybe we go to college, and then we get a job, and then we work and work and work until we're super old. And then we just have that little bit of time in our old years when the best years of our life are behind us. And then that's it. And it's like, what's the meaning of life? What are we supposed to be doing? I don't know. I probably sound crazy, but these are things that I think about. The truth is, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. and I'm scared that I'm going to waste it. Time is just flying by so fast, and I'm just still here in my hometown.
I feel like she thinks a lot of her problems will be solved by leaving her hometown. And again, that could be true. Like I'm gonna be a if I tell her don't leave your hometown, you're making a mistake. I'm a hypocrite too because I left my hometown, right? I'm not even from Atlanta, and this is Crane Atlanta mentorship. But I honestly think that her moving to another place is not gonna give her what she thinks she wants, especially because she's got a lot of positives, debt-free, right? Debt-free, software development. She may not think she's learning, but I'm gonna tell her if she went to one of those big schools, that are famous, the education will be a lot worse because if you don't know the dirty secret about college, um, they just get off on their brand name, Like, you go to Harvard, they don't even teach you anything. It's true, sad but true.
And I'm just like, what am I even doing? We're really only on this planet for such a short amount of time, and I don't want to waste my life. I don't want to take anything for granted. Sometimes I just feel like I'm rotting away in my hometown. I just feel like my life hasn't really even started yet, and time is just getting away from me. I feel confused. I feel lost. I do know that I really do enjoy what I'm learning about in school right now. Software development is something that I truly enjoy, and since we're forced to work, I feel like that would be something that I would actually enjoy doing more so than some of the other things. Although, when you turn something that you're passionate about into work, it kind of takes some of the joy away from it. That's kind of been my experience in school, but that's just the way it is. I mean, if I do end up being able to pull off a job after this, there are far worse things that I could be doing. Like, at least I'd have the opportunity to do something that I enjoy. I'm probably making it sound like I don't want to work. That's not the case. I do have a very good work ethic. I'm in school, I work a job, and I keep this YouTube channel running. I'm not against working, but you see people where work just becomes their entire life. It's like eat, sleep, work, repeat, and that's it. It's like, is the meaning of life really just work, eat, sleep, and nothing more? It's so strange. Yeah, like I said, I'm just in this weird phase of my life where 24 years old, living with my parents, feeling behind, even though I know we're all on our own timelines and it's okay.
I don't think she's behind. Like, I honestly think she doesn't know how to evaluate herself compared to what's out there. And, in real estate terms, we call it a comparative market analysis, right? CMA. But and that's the problem with a lot of people is that if you knew what as you get older is like, dang, like you're in a pretty good spot. She in a good spot, right? So, and I wish I could tell her that too. But I've never been to Wisconsin, don't want to go to Wisconsin unless I get to hear people say skew, right? Um, yeah, just like I've never been to Boston. Never been there. No reason for me to go. Probably got to go back to California to visit the family though.
And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Even people who seem like they have it all together could actually be feeling similar to the way that I do. We all have our own timelines. We're all different. I know my time will come, but I don't know. It's just kind of depressing living where I live. And I know there are worse places to live, but just being in the same small town your whole life, it's pretty isolating, especially when I think about how much there is out there, all the places I want to travel, all the things I want to experience, and I'm just stuck here right now. It's a little depressing, I'm not gonna lie.
With the Amex Platinum Card,
Ugh,
you can earn
I
five
really need
times
it.
membership rewards.
And I'm not
I really need to buy YouTube Premium or something. I probably should, but it's okay.
trying to sound ungrateful for the things that I do have and the things that I do have going for me. I am grateful for those things, but I still just feel like I want more out of my life than what I have right now. I want to travel, I want to experience the world. I just feel like I'm in this bubble, which is the middle of Wisconsin. I really hope that if I just keep working really hard in school, eventually I'll be able to land a job and then
Don't worry, when you land a job, it doesn't end there either, right? So I think what a big problem that people are finding is that they're trying to find completion in life from going to school, getting a job, making money, and that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. You're chasing fool's gold if you think that way. A job is just for you to be able to survive, and that's it, right? You find meaning outside of your job, not within your job.
maybe be able to get out of here and experience other places. I always like the idea of living in different places. Like maybe you live one place for a couple years and then you move somewhere else and get to have all of those experiences. I mean, maybe when you're actually doing that, it's not so great because of the fact that you don't have the same stability as someone who maybe lives in one place.
Well, that's what digital nomad life is, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. It's not an easy life as you think it is, right? That's why, like, if I were to be in another country, I probably need be there to 1 to 3 months max, unless I were moving with family. Like that's like the only exception. If you want to move to another country, move with a family.
I just feel like the world is too big to just be stuck in this bubble, which is the middle of Wisconsin. At the very least, I really hope that I'll be able to start traveling. I want to experience the world. I want to meet new people because where I live, you kind of just know everybody because it's such a small town, and I want to meet new people. I want to gain new experiences. I just want to get my life started because I just feel stuck right now. I've talked about my experience at the college that I'm currently in other videos, but the plan was I was supposed to have graduated from there already. The school, unfortunately, wasn't honest about how long it typically takes people to graduate. They were advertising it as a 2-year program, but in reality, it's more like 3 to 4 years. At least that's what I've noticed with other people who
Well, is it because there's that many classes required to graduate, or is it because people are doing it part time? I think those are two different things, right? So I don't think they're being dishonest. If it's supposed to take 2 years, then I think it's okay to tell them it's 2 years. So
have been taking the classes here, and that's also been my experience. I'm on my 3rd year, and I've still got quite a bit to go. I just hope that in the end, everything works out and I'll be able to get things figured out. Although, I don't know if anyone ever truly has it figured out. I think that I just need to learn how to embrace the uncertainty right now. I am very much the kind of person who likes to have a plan, and if I don't have a plan or an idea of what I'm doing or where I'm heading, I feel uncomfortable. But I need to just learn how to go with the flow a little more, I think. And like I said, embrace the uncertainty because that's all I really can do right now. I probably need to stay more grounded, a little less stuck in my head, be grateful for the things that I do have, and just be grateful to be alive because that is a blessing. I know that it is. I don't want to take anything in life for granted. I should probably wrap up the video here. I have a lot of homework that I need to do. And today, the day that I'm filming this, is a Thursday, and I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this weekend, I'll be working some pretty long hours, and
I wonder what kind of work she does.
I have a ton, and I mean a ton of homework that I need to do. So I should probably go and get started on that. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with my life right now. If you relate to anything that I've talked about, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I always love reading the comments that you guys leave me. It always makes my day. If you're not already subscribed and you want to see more of me, consider subscribing. I make videos about my life as a college student, and I also make videos where I just talk about things that are on my mind like I did today. Thank you so much to everyone who supports me. You are all so amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you.
All right. So let's look if there's any interesting comments. Yeah. Like I said, staying out of debt's the most you're way ahead of most people, right? Uh I'm a university professor in Japan. I was equally clueless at 24, and I'm 55, still have no idea what I'm doing in my life. Yeah, so it's good deal. And we don't, I reacted to a video called 57 and Broke. This is crazy. This has been getting a lot of views, right? And people are reacting to it. I reacted to it too. 495,000 views, and this is 9 days ago. She probably making some good ad revenue off of this if she hopefully she did activate it, right? I'm reacting to it. I'm reacting to it, right? I'm 57 and broke. 50, everybody reacting to this. So, if you're 24, you have no idea what you're doing. It don't get any better as you get older. So good for her. All right. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. Korean Lanta mentorship. Another reaction. See you in the next one.